listening to Free 88.9 FM.
Free FM this is Free 88.9 FM, your free prison radio.
Entertainment education. Free FM has made the dedication on behalf of this new generation. Free FM 88.9.
Rastafari never leave I alone. So even when the road get rocky, me say me never give up. I said there ain't no giving in. And when the going get tough, I said the tough get going. My people don't give up. I said there ain't no giving in. No, Rastafari guide I and I from the beginning. Oh, oh, oh. A lot of youths in life say them can't take the pressure no more. Oh, oh, oh. But from your trust in a demo style life, I go get better, I'm sure. The youth juggle on the roadside, Babylon say if you take up your bag and way. Boy, no but we still not give up. Me say we solid as a rock like Kalanje. Not give up. I said there ain't no giving in. And when the going get tough, I said the tough gets going. One juggle your fruits, don't give up. I said there ain't no giving in. Mama, Rastafari guide.
Welcome again to another exciting show. I'm your host DJ Rich, and welcome to Society Interaction, the show where we talk about the stuff that you need to know, especially if you are incarcerated. And for all of our listeners outside, you can also gain some knowledge as well, because we always have a very educated and sharp, touching topic. You know, we always talk about the things that is bothering us. Things that a lot of persons on the outside should know about inside. You know, it's never a good idea. Never at all. So for all our listeners, welcome again to Society Interaction. I'm your host, DJ Rich. And today, we're going to be following up on the Privy Council and the Judicial Committee and being an appellate. How about the process of how you go about appealing your case and the process of getting your case put to all the Privy Council? Very exciting show. Don't you touch that down.
Santa Claus, do you ever come to the ghettos? Santa Claus, do you ever wonder why we suffer so? Santa Claus, will you ever come to the ghettos?
Oh, yummy.
Santa Claus, we'd like to see where your reindeers go. Survive through all these hard times. We ain't gonna fight, never gonna fuss. Where are the presents that you brought for us? Santa Claus, yeah. Do you ever come to the ghetto?
Hi, this is Kenisha, and you're listening to Free 88.9 FM.
I'm Janella Prestius of CVM Television, endorsing Free FM 88.9, prison radio at its best. Free FM, they're behind bars, but their minds are free. Free FM 88.9.
alive.
Santa Claus, do you ever come to the ghettos? Santa Claus, do you ever wonder why we suffer so? Santa Claus, will you ever come to the ghettos? Santa Claus, we'd like to see where your reindeers go. All year long we've been beating down crime. How do we survive through all these hard times? We ain't gonna fight, never gonna fuss. Where are the presents that you brought for us? Santa Claus, yeah. Do you ever come to the ghettos? Oh, Santa Claus, do you ever wonder why we suffer so? Poor people wanna know, Mr. Claus, will you ever come to the ghettos? Santa Claus, do you ever wonder why we suffer so? We see you in the papers, you were on TV, giving out presents to some picnic. Wonder what happened to people like we? Is it because we don't have no chimney? Santa Claus,
388.9, we gonna decorate the planet. Oh, it's 388.9, we gonna decorate the planet. Oh, yeah.
Santa Claus, do you ever come to the ghetto?
Hi, this is Kenisha, and you're listening to Free 88.9 FM.
Do you ever wonder why we suffer so? Santa Claus, will you ever come to the ghettos? Santa Claus, we'd like to see where your reindeers go. All year long we've been beating down crime. How do we survive through all these hard times? We ain't gonna fight, never gonna fuss. Where are the presents that you brought for us? Santa Claus, yeah. Do you ever come to the ghettos? Oh, Santa Claus, do you ever wonder why we suffer so? Poor people wanna know, Mr. Claus, will you ever come to the ghettos? Santa Claus, do you ever wonder why we suffer so? We see you in the papers, you were on TV, giving out presents to some picnic. Wonder what happened to people like we? Is it because we don't have no chimney? Santa Claus, do you ever come to the ghetto? The ghetto youth wanna know, Mr. Claus, do you ever wonder why we suffer so? Santa Claus, will you ever come to the ghetto? Santa Claus, hey Santa Claus. I me say Papa in my ball, send the money in a wallet. Mama she a cry hungry, print pan her forehead. Cousin in my ball say him and poverty married. Him not eat no food from last week. Plus the little pitney them a ball. Santa never bring the sorrel, never bring no present, never bring no barrel. Three stooges were in a parliament a quarrel. Santa Claus, do you ever come to the ghettos? Yes, Santa Claus, do you ever wonder why we suffer so? Santa Claus, do you ever Santa Claus, Santa fraud.
Hi, this is Kenisha, and you're listening to Free 88.9 FM.
You're listening to Free 88.9 FM, Jamaica's #1 prison radio.
Fostering rehabilitation, entertainment, education, Free FM has made the dedication on behalf of this new generation.
Fire,
Free
baby.
FM 88.9. I'm Janella Precious of CVM Television, endorsing Free FM 88.9, prison radio at its best. Free FM, they're behind bars but their minds are free. Free FM 88.9.
The pressures of a life and it tough. No stay down, mama, time pick it up. No bother with the down, full style, strictly up, full vibes. Now pick it up when the bills, them, the rent and the mortgage due. Yeah. When me chalice, when your best friends are gone and it's only you. Yeah. Like up a split, turn up the music. Skanking sweet. Everybody wanna feel like free. Forget your troubles and the feel a reggae music sweet, yeah. Skanking sweet. Everybody wanna feel like free. Forget your troubles and the rock with me. You know feel a reggae music sweet, yeah. Skanking sweet. For everything there's a melody, yeah. For every trouble there's a harmony that brings everything together. So make us sing together. And who said life no order?
Oh, yummy.
And every man got their struggle. I beg you to help me, Lord, and let me overcome my troubles. Skanking sweet. Everybody wanna feel like free. Forget your troubles and the rock with me. You know feel a reggae music sweet, yeah. Skanking sweet. Everybody wanna feel like free. Forget your troubles and the rock with me. You know feel a reggae music sweet, yeah. Skanking sweet. We skanking till our morning come. Until the day when my troubles are done. Hallelujah. We're grooving in our junction. We're grooving all my troubles away. Skanking. Everybody wanna feel like forget the troubles and the rockin'. You know feel a reggae music sweetly, yeah. Skank. Everybody wanna feel like forget the troubles and the yeah. You know feel a reggae music sweet, yeah. So skanking, everybody wanna grooving, forget the troubles and the rock with me. Skanking, feel a reggae grooving, yeah. Everybody was skanking sweet. Everybody was skanking sweet. Body was skanking sweet. Everybody was skanking sweet. Yeah. I'm gonna be skanking. I wanna be skanking. I'm gonna be skanking. I'm gonna be skanking. Whoa.
Hi, this is Kenisha, and you're listening to Free 88.9 FM.
Welcome to Society Interaction again. I'm your host DJ Rich, and we have another exciting and follow-up show today to talk about to you today. So the topic for today that we'll be discussing here on Free 88.9 FM is the Judicial Committee Appellate Jurisdiction Rules 2009 as amended. Now, as we said before, for all our listeners out there, mostly who are incarcerated, and you're trying to figure out how does this process work. Now, this is a very, very exciting show that you should be listening to right now. So, Scope 1, Part 1, Scope and Interpretation. Scope. The rules in Part 1 to 6 of this schedule and the practice directions which supplement them provided the procedure for civil and criminal appeals to the Judicial Committee of the Privy Council under its general appellate jurisdiction. The rules in Part 7 and 8 of this schedule provide the procedure for appeals under two separate enactments. The rules in Part 7 of this schedule appeals to the appeal to the Judicial Committee under Section 17 of the Veterinary Surgeons Act 1966. B. The rules in Part 8 of this schedule appeals to appeals to the Judicial Committee under Section 1 of the Bruni Appeals Act 1989. Now, the rules in Part 9 appeals to appeal against draft pastoral schemes, and the rules in Part 10 provides the procedure where matters are referred under Section 4 of the Judicial Committee Act 1833 of the Judicial Committee for the committee to hear or consider and to give advice to Her Majesty. These rules must be applied and interpreted with a view to securing that the Judicial Committee is accessible, fair and efficient, and that unnecessary dispute over procedural matters are discouraged. Now, the first thing that you should be familiar with when you're appealing your case are certain terms you see on your paper. Now, I'm going to be explaining to you these terms, and you can look for yourself right now to your own papers with me, and you can see and listen if you hear these terms. Now, in the rules section, you will see an agent. Now, an agent means a solicitor or other persons qualified to conduct proceedings under the Judicial Committee. An appellant. An appellant includes a party who files an application for permission to appeal. Business day. Business day means any day other than a Saturday, Sunday, Christmas Day, Good Friday, or a bank holiday under the Banking and Financial Dealing Act 1971 in England and Wales. Certificate of service means a certificate given under Rule 6. Certificate of value means a certificate given under Rule 7 to 6. Counsels includes any person with the right to be heard as an advocate at a full hearing before the Judicial Committee. Court below. Court below means the court from which an appeal or application for permission to appeal is made to the Judicial Committee. Electronics means CD-ROMs, memory sticks, email, fax, or any form of electronic communication of the contents of documents. Filing. Filing means filing in the registry in accordance with Rule 7, and related expressions have corresponding meanings. Financial assisted person means an appellant in relation to whom a certificate under Rule 38 has effect. Forms and appropriate forms mean having the meanings given by Rule 4. A judicial committee means the judicial committee of Privy Council. Party. Party includes an applicant for permission to appeal and an intervener under Rule 27. The registrar means the registrar of the judicial committee. The registry means the registry of the judicial committee. Requisite. Numbers of copies means the numbers of copies which are to be provided under the relevant practice directions or as directed by the court. Response mean a persons other than the appellant who was a party to the proceeding in the court below who is affected by the appeal, and B, a person who is permitted by the judicial committee to be a party of the appeal. Service and related expressions have the meaning given by Rule 6. Now, reference in the rules to a notice of appeal or cross appeal, including an application for permission to appeal or cross appeal, which under Rule 7 or Rule 25 stands as a notice of appeal or cross appeal. Reference in these rules are in any form to a party signing, filing, or serving any documents or taking any other procedural steps, including the signature, filing, or service of that document, or the taking of such other procedural steps by the party solicitor. Where any of these rules or any practice direction requires a document to be signed, that requirement shall be satisfied if the signature is printed by computer or any other mechanical means. Practice directions. Any reference in these rules to a practice direction means a practice direction issued by the judicial committee to supplement these rules, to provide for the forms to be used in proceeding before the judicial committee, and to provide general guidance and assistance for counsel, agent, and parties. Forms. Now, forms in these rules, a forms mean a form set out in a practice direction, and a reference to the appropriate forms means the form provided by the relevant practice direction for any particular cases. The form shall be used in the case to which they apply and in the circumstances for which they are provided by the relevant practice directions. But a form may be varied by the judicial committee or a party if the variation is required by the circumstance of a particular case. Now we're going to talk about the time limits. Time limits, the registrar may extend or shorten any time limits set by these rules or any relevant practice directions, unless to do so would be contrary or to any statutory provision. The registrar may exercise these powers either on a application by one or more parties or of his own initiative. The registrar will notify the parties when a time limit varies under this rule. An applicant for an extension may be granted after the time limit has expired, where the applicant has a. Apply for assistance from public funds in the appellant's jurisdiction, and B, inform the registrar of the application. The time limits in Rules 7 and 18 shall be extended until 28 days after the final determination of the application for assistance from public funds. When the period is specified by these rules or a practice directions or by any judgment or order for doing any act at the registry ends on a day on which the registry is closed, but act shall be in time if done on the next day on which the registry is closed. Service. A document may be served by any of the following methods: personal service, first class post, or an alternative service which provides for delivery on the next working day, with the consent of the party to be served through a document exchange, with the consent of the party to be served or at the direction of the registrar, by electronics means in accordance with the relevant practice direction. Where's the address of the person on whom a document is to be served is unknown. The registrar may direct and service is affected by an alternative methods of service. A document served by first class post or through a document exchange will be taken to have been served on the second day after it was posted or left at the document exchange, as the case may be, not including days which are not business days. A certificate of service must give details of the person served, the method of service used, and must state the date on which the document was served, personal, posted, delivered to the document exchange, or sent electronically as the case may be. Filing. A document may be filed by any of the following method: personal delivery, first class post, through a document exchange, and with the consent of the registrar by electronics mean in accordance with the relevant practice direction. A document filed by a first class post or through a document exchange will be taken to have been filed on the second day after it was posted. Or left at the document exchange, as the case may be, not include days which are not business days, except with the consent of the registrar. The content of documents filed in hard copy must also be provided to the registry by electronic means, and filed by electronic means must also be provided to the registry in hard copy in accordance with the relevant practice directions. A court officer must seal the following documents when they are filed: B. An application for permission to appeal. A notice of objection or acknowledgement by the respondent. C. A notice of appeal. And D. An application form. And may place the seal on the documents by hand or by printing a fast smile of the seal on the documents, whether electronically or otherwise. A document purporting to bear the judicial committee seal shall be admissible in evidence without further proof. An appellant must file with an application for permission to appeal or a notice of appeal a certificate of value in accordance with paragraph 7. Now, in a certificate of value, an appellant must state the sum of money or the amount of damage he is claiming. B, the sum of money or the amount of damage he has been awarded. The value of the land or property which is the subject of the appeal, or the monetary value of the relief he is seeking. Now, the monetary value of the relief he is seeking must not be more than £100,000, and 2, more than £100,000, but not more than £500,000, and 3, more than £500,000. When calculating the amount or value to be specified in a certificate of value, an appellant must disregard any possibility that he may recover interest or costs. Non-compliance with these rules, any failure by a party to comply with these rules, or any relevant practice direction shall not have the effect of making the proceeding invalid. Where any provision in these rules or any relevant practice direction is not complied with, the registrar may give whatever directions appear appropriate, having regards to the seriousness of the non-compliance and generally to the circumstances of the case. In particular, a registrar may refuse to accept any documents which does not comply with any provision in these rules or any relevant practice direction, and may give whatever directions appear appropriate. Procedural decision. Any procedural questions arising in the course of a hearing before the judicial committee will be determined by the judicial committee. Any procedural question arise at any other time will be considered by the registrar, who may either determine the question or refer it to the judicial committee for determination. The registrar will normally consider the questions on paper, but may direct an oral hearing, and the registrar will normally direct an oral hearing when assessing costs. A party may apply in the appropriate forms to be filed within 14 days for a decision of the registrar to be reviewed by the judicial committee. Any questions referred to the judicial committee will normally be considered on paper, but the judicial committee may direct an oral hearing. Any allegation of contempt of court will be considered and determined at an oral hearing before the judicial committee. Now, we're going to take a quick short break and society interaction. I'm your host, DJ Riz, on Free 88.9 FM. You can also tune in to our newly excited YouTube channel at Free 88.9 FM. Now we take a quick short break, and this exciting show here. Don't you touch that dial. We'll be right back.
this is Kenisha, and you're listening to Free 88.9 FM.
When I look at where I'm coming from, I know I'm blessed, and I close my eyes and smile. Sometimes I feel like the richest man in Babylon, and I've done my best, so everything's alright inside. Oh, every morning, I stare at the sun. I know it is a blessing, so when the evening comes, I lift up my eyes to the hills. I'm blessed, oh man.
Fostering rehabilitation
with my two hands in the air as far as I can.
This is Kenisha, and you're listening to 388.9 FM.
As far as I can. I can, yeah. My two hands in the air as far as I can. Oh, every morning I rise, I stare at the sun. I know it is a blessing. Lift up my eyes to this, I'm blessed, oh man. Ooh. Sometimes I'm lost and far from home, but I'll find my way. I follow my heart, I know I'll be found someday. While I'm lost, I learn and live. What do you say? Let's have a good time until that day. Oh, every morning. So when the evening comes, I lift up my eyes to yeah. Story of my life, ordinary person just like you.
Hi, this is Kenisha, and you're listening to 388.9 FM.
No. Story of my life, ordinary person just like you. If you take a look inside, see the great things that people do. Changing lives day and night, but nothing I do ever makes the news. Still I have to do what's right, to the King of all kings, all praise is due. Yesterday I was on a train, a little boy asked me my name. He said, sir, I've seen you before, tell me who are you? Said I am a legend that you never heard of before.
Hi, this is Kenisha, and you're listening to Free 88.9
Fostering
FM.
rehabilitation, entertainment, education. Free FM has made the dedication on behalf of this new generation. Free FM 88.9.
Some things are just never said, no. Story of my life, ordinary person just like you. If you take a look inside, see the great things that people do. Changing lives day and night, but nothing I do ever makes the news. Still I have to do what's right, to the King of all kings, all praise is due. Yesterday I was on a train, a little boy asked me my name. He said, sir, I've seen you before, tell me who are you? Said I am a legend that you never heard of before. I said I am a lion, but you never heard me roar. I am a hero that nobody celebrates, but if one person remembers my name, that means I made a change. I'm the man who cooks the food and feed the street people in the afternoon. I'm the lady with the broom, sweeping the halls of your son's preschool. I'm the soldier who's up all night, making sure everything's alright. And if If you ask me, I'm quite fine. Being an ordinary person, doing what's right. Yesterday at the football game, a little girl asked me my name. She said, sir, I've seen you before, tell me who are you? I said, I am a legend that you never heard of before. I said, I am a lion, but you never heard me roar. I am a hero that nobody celebrates. But if one person remembers my name, that means on the ocean of fame, I'm an unknown sailor. I'm the percussionist playing with the wailers, the one with the shaker, the mover and shaker. My name wasn't on the front of the paper, but me not cater. Much more than the work is greater. Creation glorifies creator. So all deeds done are in the name of my maker. I am a legend that you probably never hear about. Words from the lion's mouth. I am a hero that nobody celebrates. But if one person remembers my name, give praise, that means I made a change.
Fostering rehabilitation, entertainment, education. Free FM has made the dedication on behalf of this new generation. Free FM 88.9.
Oh, yummy, yummy, oh, yummy.
Alive.
There's something about you, girl, and I don't think it's just your smile. I don't know how to say it now. I've been thinking for a while.
This is Free 88.9 FM, your free prison radio.
I'm Janella Precious of CVM Television, endorsing Free FM 88.9. Prison radio at its best. Free FM.
There's something about you, girl, and I don't think it's just your smile. I don't know how to say it now. I've been thinking for a while. The best way to say it, woman, your energy is right, yeah. Before I hold you in my arms, I wanna hold you in my heart.
Oh, yummy, yummy.
Before we share our love upon that bed,
oh, yummy, yummy, oh, yummy.
I wanna place this crown upon your head,
oh, yummy,
woman. Girl, you're my queen, majesty. You are my queen, majesty. Don't you know you are my queen, majesty? You are my queen, majesty. Queen of the jungle, you are the lioness. And I feel like I grumble, but they're always trying your best. So when the whole world a crumble, your lion is alright. Before I hold you close, just before I hold you close, oh girl, I wanna let you know that when all is done and all is said, that when all is done and all is said, you deserve that crown upon your head, woman. I said, queen, don't you know you are my queen, baby? Majesty, yes, you know you are, majesty. You are my queen, baby, majesty.
Welcome back to Society Interaction with your host, with your boys, DJ Rich. And we're just here talking about, the whole process of appealing and how to get your case and the whole process and the rules and regulation of appealing, especially with the Privy Council. That was the voice of a Chronixx. You Are My Queen. Oh, what a beautiful woman. Now, applications for permission to appeal. Permission to appeal in case where permission is required. No appeal will be heard by the Judicial Committee unless permission to appeal has been granted either by the court below or by the Judicial Committee. So in order to get your case to the Judicial Committee or the Privy Council, it has to be granted from the court below. Filing of application for permission to appeal. Every application to the Judicial Committee for permission to appeal shall be made in the appropriate form. An application for permission to appeal must be filled within 56 days from the date of the order or decision of the court below or the date of the court below refusing permission to appeal, if later. The registrar may refuse to accept an application that contains no reasonable grounds of appeal or is an abuse of process. Service of applications. Before the applications is filled, a copy must be served on every respondent, and when the application is filled, the appellant must file a certificate of service. Notice of objection by respondent. Each respondent who wishes to object to the application must within 28 days after service file notice of objection in the appropriate form together with a certificate of service. Before the notice is filled, a copy must be served on the appellant and any other respondent. A respondent who does not give notice under this rule will not be permitted to participate in the application and will not be given notice of its progress. Documents in support of applications. The requisite number of copies of the applications must be filled together with a copy of the order appealed from, and if separate, a copy of any order refusing permission to appeal. If the order appealed from is not immediately available, the application should be filled without delay and the order filled as soon as it is available. The appellant must fill the further documents required for the use of the Judicial Committee within 21 days after filing the application. Consideration of applications for permission to appeal on paper. Every admissible applications for permission to appeal and any respondent's notice of objection shall be considered on paper without a hearing by the Judicial Committee. Now, the Judicial Committee may A. grant or refuse permission to advance all or any of the grounds of appeal. B. Invite the parties to file written submission within 14 days as to the grant of permission on terms, whether as to cost or otherwise. And C, direct and oral hearing, where the judicial committee has invited the parties' submission as to terms, the application will be reconsidered on paper without a hearing by the judicial committee, and the committee may refuse permission or grant permission, either unconditionally or on terms, to advance all or any of the grounds of appeal. Where the judicial committee grants permission to advance limited grounds of appeal, it shall, unless it directs otherwise, be taken to have refused permission to advance the other grounds. An order shall be prepared and sealed by the registrar to record any decision made under this rule. Now, oral hearings of applications for permission to appeal, where the judicial committee has directed an oral hearing, the registrar will fix a date for the hearing of the application for permission to appeal and will notify the date of the appellant and every respondent who has given notice. A party may be heard by one counsel or in person. On where there are several respondents, they should appear by the same counsel unless their different interests justify separate representation. An order shall be prepared and sealed by the registrar to record any decisions made under this rule. Now, we're going to talk about the commencement and preparing of appeal. Form and filling of notice where permission granted by judicial committee. Now, where the judicial committee grants permission to appeal, Rule 18 shall not apply. And the applications for permission to appeal shall stand as the notice of appeal. B. The grounds of appeal shall be limited to those on which permission has been granted. And C. The appellant must, within 14 days of the grant by the judicial committee of permission to appeal, file notice under this rule of an intentions to proceed with the appeal. Now, when the notice is filled, the applications for permission to appeal will reseal, and the appellant must then A. serve a copy on each respondent, and B. fill the requisite numbers of copy, and C. in any other case, an appellant must fill a notice of appeal and form and filing of notice when permission not required. Now, as you can see, we're going to talk about the statement of facts and issues. Now, within 42 days after the receipt by the registrar of the record, the appellant must prepare and file a statement on the relevant facts and issues. The form and the content of the statement of facts and issues must comply with the relevant practice directions. The parties must endeavor to agree the content of the statement of facts and issue, and in event of a disagreement, the registrar must give whatever directions appear appropriate. Now, hearing dates. Within 14 days after the filing of the statement of facts and issues, and in order to enable the registrar To fix the date of the hearing of the appeal, the parties must, in appliance with the relevant practice direction, notify the registrar with the appeal is ready to list. Specify the numbers of hours that their respective counsel estimate to be necessary for their oral submission, and file the other requirement listing particulars. Now, the registrar will inform the parties of the date fixed for the hearing. At least 5 weeks after the hearing date, the appellant must file a written case and serve it on the respondent. At least 3 weeks after the hearing date, the respondent must file a written case and serve it on the other parties. And 3, the form and content of a case and the numbers of copies to be filled and served must comply with the relevant practice direction. Authorities. At least 14 days before the hearing date, each party must file, if possible, in a single agreed volume of series of volume, the requisite numbers of copies of any authorities to be cited at the hearing. Now, hearing and decision of judicial committee. Hearing is in open court, except where it is necessary in the interest of justice or in the public interest to sit in private for a part of an appeal hearing. Every contestant appeal shall be here in open court. Where the judicial committee decides it is necessary to sit in private, it shall announce its reason for so doing publicly in advance. Hearing shall be conducted in accordance with the relevant practice directions and any directions given by the judicial committee. Directions given by the committee may limit oral submission to a specified duration, and direction given by the committee may limit oral submission to a specified duration. Now, judgment. A judgment may be A, delivered in open court, or B, in the board so direct promulgate by the registrar. Forms and effect of orders. Every final order shall be prepared and sealed by the registrar, who may invite written submission as to the forms of the orders. An interlocutory or procedural order made by the judicial committee shall take effect from the day when it is given or made, or such later date as may be specified. Now we're going to talk about incidental application. A copy of an incidental application must be served on every other party before it is filed, and when the application is filed, the applicant must file a certificate of service. An application must be made in the appropriate form and must A, set out the reason for making the applications, and B, where necessary, be supported by written evidence. Now, a party who wishes to oppose an application must, within 14 days after service, file notice of objection in the appropriate form, and must, before filing, serve a copy on the applicant and any other parties. A party who does not give notice under this rule will not be permitted to participate in the application and will not be given notice of its progress. Amendment of documents. Now, an application for permission to appeal, a notice of appeal, or any other document filed under these rules may be amended with the permission of the registrar on such terms as appear appropriate, and the registrar may invite the parties' written submission on any application to amend. Withdrawal of applications or appeal. An application for permission to appeal or a notice of appeal may be withdrawn with the written consent of all parties or with the permission of the registrar on such terms as appear appropriate. The judicial committee may set aside a vary of order under appeal by consent and without an oral hearing if satisfied that it is appropriate so to do. Grouping appeals. The registrar may direct that appeals rising the same or a similar issue shall be heard either together or consecutively by the judicial committee and may give any consequential directions that appears appropriate. Change of interest. Now the registrar must be informed promptly of A, the death or bankruptcy of any individual party, B, the winding up or dissolution of any corporate party, C, any compromise of the subject matters of an appeal, or D, any event which does not may deprive an appeal of practical significance to the parties. And the registrar may give any consequential directions that appear appropriate. Now, we're going to take a quick short break here on Society Interaction. I'm your host, DJ Rich. Don't you touch that dial. We have a lot more to talk about in our final 30 minutes here on Free 88.9 FM. So, as I said before, very educational, especially for those who are incarcerated and especially for those who have cases before the court. We're going to take a quick short break. Don't you touch that dial on Free 88.9.
Something about you, girl, and I don't think it's just your smile. I don't know how to say it now. I've been thinking for a while. The best way to say it, woman, your energy is right, yeah. Before I hold you in my arms, I wanna hold you in my heart. Before we share our love upon that bed, I wanna place this crown upon your head, woman. Girl, you're my queen, majesty. You are my queen, majesty. Don't you know you are my queen, majesty? Oh, you are my queen, majesty. Queen of the jungle, you are the lioness. And I feel like I grumble, but they're always trying your best. So when the whole world a crumble, your lion is alright. Before I hold you close, just before I hold you close, oh girl, I wanna let you know that when all is done and all is said, you deserve that crown upon your head, woman. I said, queen, don't you know you are my queen, baby? see. Whoa, whoa, why? Ooh, la.
Hi, this is Kenisha, and you're listening to Free 88.9.
Ooh, I met a girl this morning. She was love at first sight. Ooh, I met a girl this morning, and she was beauty to my eyes. I asked her where she from, she tell me in the topics. She asked me what's my name, I tell her I am Connie. And I said, girl, tell me what's your name, and she tell me that her name is Jamaica. And I said, smile, girl, smile. Smile for me, Jamaica. And I said, smile, girl, smile. Ooh, Lord, smile for me, Jamaica. And never you cry, here am I. Girl, I'm here for you, Jamaica. Dry your eyes, girl, smile. Smile for me, Jamaica. Lord, hey, she have a rich history. A beautiful woman with the sweetest gifts. Beautiful sunrise and an evening kiss. Of a nice sunset on the evening season. But she tell me, say she tired. Tired of the exploits and the liars. She give them reggae, give them beaches, give them flowers and the ferns. All she got is abuse in return. But I say, don't you worry yourself, mama. Hey, Chronixx is here to your help, mama. Ooh, I said, no worry yourself, mommy. One thing me I beg you do for me. And I say smile, girl, smile. Smile for me, Jamaica. And I said smile, girl, smile. Hey, smile for me, Jamaica. Never you cry, here am I. Girl, I'm here for you, Jamaica. What must I try? Oh my. That she asks me, and this is what me say. A sweet, sweet Chronixx, you fi give them. The one drop beat pan a rhythm. And you give them bob with a different step in. And you give them bolt, nobody can run left him. Boy, but see ya, they must see things say you're out of ideas. You give them art and sweet literature. You gonna make the world see the better picture. I said no worry yourself, mama. Chronixx is here to your help, mama. Hey, I said, no worry yourself, mommy. One thing me I beg you do. And I said, smile, yeah, smile. Smile for me, Jamaica. And I said, smile, girl, smile. Jamaica. El Jamboy. El Jamaica. Life has its way of turning the gray skies blue.
Hi, this is Kenisha, and you're listening to Free 88.9 FM.
El Jamboy, El Jamaica. Life has its way of turning the gray skies blue. Oh yeah. But sometimes the skies come tumbling down on you. But of this one thing I'm sure, Judge, I never give I more than what I can bear. Sometimes the road get dark and it feels like no one cares. Friends and family, they are gone, but I will overcome. Cause I am a champion, my brother. I'm a champion, my friend.
This is Free 88.9 FM.
Fostering rehabilitation, entertainment, education. Free FM has made the dedication on behalf of this new generation. Free FM 88.9.
Fire, baby.
El Jamaica, El Jamboy, El Jamaica. Life has its way of turning the gray skies blue. Oh yeah. But sometimes the skies come tumbling down on you. But of this one thing I'm sure, Judge, I never give I more than what I can bear. Sometimes the road get dark and it feels like no one cares. Friends and family, they are gone, but I will overcome. Cause I am a champion, my brother. I'm a champion, my friend. Mama, dry your tears and move your hand from your head. Never wear a phone because that you're not dead. Trust in every word where Selassie say. Leaning on Marcus Velassie fakers. Sometimes the skies come tumbling down on you. But of this one thing I'm sure, Judge, I never give up more than what I can bear. Sometimes the road get dark and it feels like no one feels. Friends and family, they are gone, but I will overcome. Cause I am a champion, my brother. I am a champion, my friend. So all when you're hungry and edge I teeth, I stand up on me own 2 feet. Me nah make no trouble, come and get rid of me. I fight it like a champion, Muhammad Ali. But that no mean I'm a go do no folly. Rasta man and a Satan little puppet dolly. Push on pon the straight and narrow like a chally. Her goodness and mercy a follow back on me. That you never give up. Oh, that you never give up. Sometimes the broken friends and family, they are go, but I will overcome. I am a champion,
Welcome back to Free 88.9 FM. I'm your host DJ Rich, and you're listening to Society Interaction, the exciting show where we talk about the relevant topics that we need to know. Now, we were just on the topic of Privy Council, and in our final 15 minutes here on 388.9 FM, we want to rock this out real quick. Now, advocates to the Judicial Committee and accessor. Now, the Judicial Committee may request the Authority General of the jurisdiction from which an appeal is pending to appoint or may itself appoint an advocate to assist the Judicial Committee with legal submission. A Judicial Committee may appoint accessor or other specialist advisor to assist the Judicial Committee in admiral appeal or on other technical questions. The fees and expense of any advocate or accessor appointed under this rule shall be costs in the appeal. Now, the security for costs. Where the Judicial Committee grants permission to appeal, an order for security for costs may be made by the Judicial Committee or by the registrar. Where permission to appeal has been granted by the court below, security for costs of the appeal shall be a matter for that court. Now, financial assisted persons. An appellant who has been granted or has appealed for assistance from public funds under arrangement in force in the appellant jurisdiction may file an application to be treated as a financial assisted person by the Judicial Committee. A registrar will certify if the application is approved that the appellant is to be treated as a financial assisted person. Where the certificate has effect in relations to an appellant, the appellant will be entitled to remission or reduction of any liability for fees which are payable under these rules. A certificate has effect in relation to appellant until it is withdrawn by the registrar, and the registrar may withdraw a certificate in relation to an appellant if A, assistance from public funding is not granted or is withdrawn in the appellant jurisdiction. B, it is discovered that the appellant financial position was incorrectly stated Or C, there is a material change in the appellant financial position. This rule shall apply to respondent as it applies to an appellant with such modification as may be necessary. State of execution or conservatory order. An appellant who wishes to obtain a stay of execution of the order appeal from conservatory order pending an appeal must seek it from the court below in the first instance. In exceptional circumstances, by the judicial committee may grant a stay of execution or conservatory order. Change of agent. If a party of whom an agent is acting wishes to change that agent, the party or the new agent must give the registrar and the former agent written notice of the change. Until such notice are given, the former agent will continue to be treated as the party agent. Disposal of documents. All documents filed below the property of the judicial committee. Original documents will be retained in the records of the registry. Other documents shall be destroyed unless the registrar on a written application made within 21 days of the end of the proceeding directs otherwise. Fees to be taken unless and except in so far as the fees are remitted or reduced because of the party status as a financial assisted person. Every party in civil proceedings taking a step described in the appendix of these rules must pay fees in the amount set out according to the value of the appeal as stated in the certificate of value provided. The registrar may refuse to accept the documents or refuse to allow a party to take any step unless the relevant fees is paid. Order for cost. The judicial committee may make such order as it consider just in respect of the cost of an appeal. Application for permission to appeal or other applicants to or the power to make orders for costs may be exercised either at the final determination of an appeal or application for permission to appeal or in the course of the proceedings. Orders for costs will not normally be made either in favor of or against intervenes, but such orders may be made if the judicial committee consider it just as do so, in particular if an intervener has in substance acted as the sole or principal appellant or respondent. Submission as to cost. If a party wishes to defer making submission as to cost until after judgment, the judicial committee must be informed of this not later than at the close of the oral agreement. If the judicial committee accedes to the request, it will give such direction as appear appropriate, and it may in particular give directions: A, for the hearing of an oral submission as to costs immediately after judgment; B, for the simultaneous or consequential filing of written submission as to cost within a specified period after judgment; for the hearing of oral submission after the filing of written submission. Claim for cost. Where the judicial committee has made an order for cost, the claim for cost must be submitted to the registrar within 3 months beginning with the date on which the cost order was made. The form and the content of a claim for cost must comply with the relevant practice direction, and the receiving party must supply such further particulars, information, and document as the registrar may direct. The receiving party may serve a copy of her claims for costs on the paying party within 21 days beginning with the day on which a claim for a cost is served. The paying party may, or in the circumstance specified in the relevant practice directions, must file points of dispute, and if so, must serve a copy on the receiving party. Within 14 days beginning with the day on which points of dispute are served, the receiving party may file a response, and if so, must serve a copy on the paying party. Assessment of costs. The registrar or a cost judge will assess costs in accordance with these rules. The registrar will give the receiving party and the paying party written notice of the date of the assessment, where one of the party so requests or in the circumstance specified in the relevant practice direction. The registrar may give a provisional assessment of the cost without the attendance of the parties. The registrar must inform the parties in the writing of the outcome of a provisional assessment, and if the party is dissatisfied with the outcome and points of disagreement cannot be resolved in correspondence, the registrar shall appoint a date for an oral hearing. Any request for an oral hearing following provisional assessment of costs must be made within 14 days of the receipt of the registrar decision on the assessment. Basis of assessment. Subject on rule. Where the costs are to be assessed, they will be assessed on the standard basic or on the indeterminate basis in the manner specified, where A, an order is made without indicating the basic on which the costs are to be assessed, or B, an order is made for a cost to be assessed on the basic other than the standard basic or the indemnity basis. The cost will be assessed on the standard basic. This rule applies subject to any order or directions to the contrary. The standard basic in the indemnity basis. Cost assessed on the standard basis is allowed only if there are appropriation to the matters in issue and are reasonable inquired and reasonable in amount. Any doubt as to whether costs assessed on the standard basic are reasonable inquired and are reasonable unproportionate in amount will be resolved in favor of paying parties. Costs assessed on the indemnity basis are allowed only if they are reasonable in accord and reasonable in amount. Any doubt as to whether costs assessed on the indemnity basis are reasonable inquired and are reasonable in amount will be resolved in the favor of the receiving party. Now, the appeal from assessment. A party who is dissatisfied with the assessment of course may appeal to the judicial committee by the filing an intestinal application within 14 days in accordance with rules. Paying out of security for costs. Any security for costs lodged by an appellant will be dealt with by the registrar in accordance with the direction of judicial committee. Now, we have come to the end of another exciting show of Society Interaction. I hope you were fully informed, and if you never learned anything, I hope you learned something today. Now, I'm your host, ZJ Rich. This is Free 88.9 FM. Be good to your families, be good to your friends, and be good to your neighbors. Have a blessed day. God bless.
To all my people out there, round the faith. Now listen what the pagans say. What those Satan say, go hold the faith, go hold the faith. Church I never give I more than what I can be. Sometimes the road get dark and it feels like no one cares. Friends and family, they are gone, but I will overcome, cause I am a champion.
That's a talk.
And if you know me, you know say I know.
No.
Put no trouble upon my back.
Oh.
No. Oh, no worry about that. Jah rise me out of my bed. I mean, go if and go wash my dread. Me alright, alright. I'm a say Jah sunrise wake me up this morning, and I can hear Mama Africa calling. Alright, alright. I tell you me alright, yeah.
I got to give the most high praise. From me see the lid them on both eyes raised. Breathing the breath of life, so I pray to still I see I for watch over those like we.
Yeah.
Smile with the rising sun. Jah creation me never hiding from. No negativity up in a high kingdom, Mama Africa.
Without a caring.
Hi, this is Kenisha, and you're
Without a
listening to
care
This
in the world.
is free 88.9
No worry about my
FM.
head,
Your free
That's a talk.
prison radio.
And if you know me, you know say I know.
No.
Put no trouble upon my back.
Oh.
No. Oh, no worry about that. Jah rise me out of my bed. I mean, go if and go wash my dread. Me alright, alright.
This is free 88.9
Hi, this is Kenisha, and you're listening to Free 88.9 FM.
I got to give the most high praise. From me see the lid them on both eyes raised. Breathing the breath of life, so I pray to still I see I for watch over those like we.
Yeah.
Smile with the rising sun. Jah creation me never hiding from. No negativity up in a high kingdom, Mama Africa, your child to come.
I'm such a Jah rise me out of my bed. I mean, go if and go wash my dread. Me alright, alright.
No.
I'm such a Jah sunrise wake me up this morning, and I can hear Mama Africa calling. Alright, alright. I tell you me alright, yeah.
What a sweet summer day. Mother Earth, you I am free from a day. Me choose some carrot and beet and eat a jelly. Then dipping at the river cause me feel figure big.
I wash off the crosses off of me. Sweet life King Selassie off of me. Never be ungrateful, no people go sleep and they never wake up. But Jah rise me out of my bed. I mean, go if and go wash my dread. Me alright, alright. I'm a say Jah sunrise wake me up this morning, and I can hear Mama Africa calling. Alright, alright. I tell you me alright, yeah.
Breeze a blow and my vibes just a bill. Anytime I see the sunlight I climb up the hill. Now my work so what time for me to
Why? Ready?
Without a care in the world, you know what I mean.
no worry for my head top. Not at all.
And if you know me, you know say I know.
No.
Put no trouble upon my back.
Oh.
No. Oh, no worry about that. Jah rise me out of my bed. I mean, go if and go wash my dread. Me alright, alright. I'm a say Jah sunrise wake me up this morning, and I can hear Mama Africa calling. Alright, alright. I tell you me alright, yeah.
I got to give the most high praise. From me see the lid them on both eyes raised. Breathing the breath of life, so I pray to still I see I for watch over those like we.
Yeah.
Smile with the rising sun. Jah creation me never hiding from. No negativity up in a high kingdom, Mama Africa, your child to come.
I'm such a Jah rise me out of my bed. I mean,